Symphonic high-fidelity recording is not just the mechanical reproduction of a concert performance. It's the art of creating the effect of a concert performance.
If you guys are interested in winning a free t-shirt or a free hour of recording, go and follow us at Fresco Recording. And we'll make sure and notice you guys who are following us in these next couple weeks so that we can mark you down for the drawing. And follow us on Facebook, SoundCloud, all that good stuff.
All right, so first up, back in 2015, I got a message from an artist about booking some time to record a few songs. This turned out to be a pretty memorable session. Like I mentioned in the singer-songwriter episode about after when I recorded Glenn Slavin, it kind of opened my eyes to the fact that a great artist makes a great recording. So it wasn't about what equipment I was using or anything. I kind of realized, like, okay, so it's this powerful voice. It's this person who's really in depth with their music and with their passion as an artist. So that's kind of how it was with this artist, and he goes by K-Zoe, and this was about 3 years ago now, in 2015. So assisting me on that session was Nick Bartholomew, and as we were setting up, K-Zoe comes in with his now wife, Jamarius, and Schaefer, and I can tell that he's super pumped, like he's super excited. And before we start, they begin to pray, and there was something real special about that moment. I'll never forget that, as Nick and I just kind of stopped what we were doing and just bowed our heads. And so moving forward from that, I think we spent about 3 hours recording, and one of the songs in particular stopped me in my tracks, like the instrumental, the lyrics, and the power behind his voice literally gave me chills. So I remember wondering if this is how it feels to hear a hit song for the first time. So what topped it off was when Tiara, his wife, recorded the chorus. And this was before they were married, so like I really feel like that was a special moment being in that session, when they were in that part of their relationship. And so K-Zoe's vocals were big, and you could really hear passion behind it, what he was saying. So in light of Martin Luther King Day, which was Monday, I want to play Walking with the King, which is the song that I was talking about, on a YouTube video, which K-Zoe performs this song in spoken word. He describes the song as a parallel that shares what it would have been like to walk with Martin Luther King Jr. and transitions to walking with Jesus Christ. So here's Walking with the King by K-Zoe.
If I could walk with the king, spend a day in the past, sitting next to Miss Parks when she rose from the back of the crime in the South that is wrong to be black. Will I choose to find peace or be viewed to attack? Is it hate? Is it fate? There were ways to escape. I see blood from the slaves as we wait to be great, and we drown in the silence of our own wicked ways as we tread on ourselves and think others will behave.
As far as putting your music online for streaming, I know I've had a few people ask me what aggregator to use, and for those of you who aggregator might seem like a foreign term to you, it's the person who takes your music, your MP3 or WAV file, and your artist name and your song name, and takes the song and gets it ready and puts it on Spotify. So there are a couple of bigger companies that you can use that have smaller fees, and the more popular ones are CD Baby and TuneCore. And my best advice to you would be to look up on each of those websites what the benefits are for both. For me personally, CD Baby will take 9% of your royalties. TuneCore doesn't take any. However,
Wow.
there are other things about both of them that make some people choose CD Baby. So it's really, at the end of the day, it's up to you. And for today, for indie artist tips, I hope that gives you guys a leg up. And like Fabio said, feel free to hit up the studio page on social media. And I would love to help you guys with any publishing or marketing questions that you have.
So the next song I want to cover is by Katelyn Smith. So I was working with my buddy Ryan Phillips, and he was helping me out with my website, and say that he really helped me and like kind of get back on my feet after I came back from Nashville, and he helped my business move to the next level. And he and his wife are killer photographers. So you can definitely check out their work if you're interested. It's called Blackbird Creative, and it can be found at blackbird-creative.com. And actually the song that I'll be talking about, they actually did a video for, and this was also recorded like 3 years ago, like right after the recording. But I was looking for a project so that I could kind of build my portfolio, and Ryan recommended Katelyn, and Ryan and I were kind of throwing ideas around. We ended up recording it at Ryan and Jessica's house. So this is in Ellisville, Mississippi, and in like the downtown area. And so these are really big homes, and that they have hardwood floors and really big ambient rooms. So the session day comes, and Ryan and Katelyn and I are doing some pre-production, trying to figure out how to tackle this song, because Katelyn was using one of her poems that she had written, and so we were kind of listening to her read them, and so Ryan has his acoustic guitar, and he's trying to find a melody for it so she can sing along with it. We were going to record it that way. And I don't remember what happened, but we ended up steering towards her just reading it kind of a cappella style. So I had my portable rig with me, and we ended up going into the hallway so we could get as much of the room as we could and the distance of the hall. I placed like one mic on her vocal, and that was like a FET condenser, and then I placed 2 or 3 other condenser mics, different distances in the hallway, and I even put one like on top of the staircase. And then we ended up tracking the harmony vocals in a separate room, and we kind of had the same setup. And for the mixing, I kind of went crazy on it. What you're going to hear is on some of the room mics, I was experimenting with like reversing them and throwing like a bunch of delay and different type of effects on it until I kind of found something that I liked. And one of them turned out really eerie, and it was like, I don't know, it sounded like a sound that would be on some scary video game, but I just kind of went through listening to the different room mics and try to keep her main vocal dry besides the normal reverb room sound that it had, but just was kind of messing around with the room mics with different effects and everything. And after the recording, like I mentioned earlier, Ryan did some video footage to help promote it on my YouTube. So I'll go ahead and play it. This is called Shaking Antlers, and that was the poem performed by Katelyn Smith, and she wrote it as well. And this was in 2015, and everything you're going to hear was taken just from her raw vocals, and there were no other instruments or anything. It's just like the room and the effects.
You are shaking antlers as I warm the wood. You are staggeringly beautiful, misunderstood. The whispered overture, the hand on